Normally, I come and talk with a whole big group of realtors and we talk about how do we get to the closing table, that kind of thing. Today, I wanted to kind of change it and focus on you as a homeowner, what you can do to keep your house insurable, and then we'll talk about how we got here, the whys. Why am I telling you to do this to your home? If we start with the why part, that conversation will go on for hours. So, if you own a home right now, you need to do a few things. Most importantly, keep your roof clean. Have it cleaned off. Don't let pine needles, leaves build up on it. It'll get wet and the shingles will get damaged. Water will seep in. Make sure it's inspected every year. It doesn't have any shingles that are cupping, curling, breaking, missing. Excessive granule loss, that means that it's at the end of its life. You should probably look at replacing it. Replace your water heater whenever it's 15 years old. Insurance companies are big on water heaters right now. Some of them will go up to 20 years if it's not inside the living area, so if it's in the garage. They'll go up to 20, but 15 is the general rule of thumb. Turn your water off when you go on vacation. I've talked to at least 3 people in the past month who have had $30,000, $40,000 water claims, and every one of them told me, well, I was on vacation and a pipe broke and I didn't notice it for 4 days. Okay, turn your water off when you go on vacation. Get your house inspected every year. And I do this like I bought my house in May. So every May I have somebody come out and look at the HVAC, my roof, just the general hardy board, the wood rot, those types of things, all those major components, just to keep it on my garage door. I also have that inspected and serviced because apparently you're supposed to have something done to the wheels on it every year. If you think you need to file a claim, please call your agent first, unless your house is on fire in the middle of the night. I get it, call the insurance company. But try to call your agent first and talk about it. I'm currently dealing with one. He has a $1,000 water claim from last June, and he's decided to rent that house out and buy a new house. It took me weeks to get somebody to insure his new house because of this $1,000 water claim that he didn't talk to me about first. It's caused a huge headache. And I now have to rewrite that home to tenant occupied, and he has a third home that's being non-renewed for roof age, and that claim affects all of that, getting new insurance on any other property. So always call your agent, talk about it first. If it's minor, it's maybe something you want to just pay out of pocket to avoid any headaches later. But please call your agent first. Don't sign any paperwork, like if you have water go everywhere in the middle of the night and they come out to, suck it up, dry it out, don't sign anything at that moment. Talk to your agent first. A lot of the times they will have you sign something called an assignment of benefits, and what that does is it signs your rights over. You're giving your policy to that contractor, and they are now you. They are acting for you. You have no more rights. I can't help you with your claim. They are representing you. You have to wait for them whenever you get on their schedule. Also have somebody dealing with that right now. Didn't call me first. Hey, I'm trying to get my roof replaced. This company won't call me back. What do? I don't know. You signed that piece of paper. Didn't talk to me first. I can't help you. They kind of act like an attorney would. So never sign anything. Talk to your insurance company before you sign anything. So roof age is huge with insurance companies right now. Most are going up to 15 years on shingle. Some are down to 10. They really don't like that 3-tab shingle material. They prefer the architectural shingle. Even on metal, some have dropped that age maximum down to even 10 years, where it used to be metal was forever. And then they went down to 50 years and make sure you get it recoated. Now they went to 25, some are down to 10. Some will still go up to 50, but it's very few. They really don't like the flat roofs with the tar and gravel, or like that TPO rubber material. we can still do it, but there's maybe only 2 companies that will take it. So it just limits your bucket, your options of carriers for that type of roof. Okay, got through that really fast. Questions about that part? What you can do to your house or?
So even if you're getting your roof replaced, they might have you sign they might have you sign something that signs it over to them?
If there's a claim involved.
Just if there's a claim? Okay.
Yes. If you are not going through insurance, they will not ask you to sign that piece of paper. They will probably move on to the next house who might go through insurance instead.
So anything, like rule of thumb, anything over how much would you say don't try to avoid filing the claim?
Personally, and as an agent, I can't tell anybody to not file a claim. Personally speaking, if it were my home, I would probably not file a claim unless it was over $5,000. Everyone's financial situation is different. You know, I have some clients who have paid out, $10,000, $15,000 on their own. Some can't afford, to do $2,000.
That guy probably could afford $1,000, but he did it just for saving money. And
what was his deductible?
$1,000. So it was a $2,000 claim, but we paid $1,000.
So even if he went to go sell that house that he's a claim on, the next homeowner might not be able to get insurance.
Correct.
And something that you kind of said but didn't is that not only the house that has a claim, it's the owner that has a claim.
Yeah.
So that owner sells the house is affected, but when that owner goes to buy a house, he's affected.
Correct.
Because the claim follows him as well as the house.
Pre-existing condition.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like a pre-existing condition. Yes. So claims follow you. They follow the house. They follow you as the owner. I've had 3 this month that I couldn't help. 2 of them both had 2 water claims on a house in a different state. One also had a water claim on the house they were buying. So that was a total of 3 claims.
$30,000 water claim, and it was something they could not avoid. Do they also see that, or they don't care? They're like, whatever, you
No, it
bought
doesn't.
a house with an old.
Doesn't matter. Even if there's no payout, it's still, if they see a claim was filed, doesn't matter the amount.
And how long does that stay on your record?
It used to be 3 years, but now it's 5. It's a long time. Yeah. So avoiding a claim is a really good idea for various reasons, especially if you intend to sell it anytime soon, because your buyer will have a hard time if there's a claim.
Doing medical insurance, so major medical. So is there anything like that for homeowners where you don't file basic claims but only full loss?
Is there an Aflac for home?
Is there a catastrophe only policy? There's not, and I wish there was.
Okay.
I think next week they're going to talk about some things, legislation is going to talk about some things that maybe we'll start doing things like that, like a higher roof deductible. So you could say, okay, to save $500 a year on premium, I'll take the $5,000 roof deductible. I'm fine with absorbing the $5,000 to replace my $20,000 roof. So we're getting there. I think as we've seen over time, and whenever I started this 23 years ago, everything was covered. And then we had hurricanes, and then screen enclosures weren't covered anymore. If you wanted coverage, you had to buy it back. And then we had the sinkhole epidemic, so they got rid of sinkhole coverage. If you want it, you have to buy it back, if you can. Most companies won't do it. Then we had the water restoration epidemic, so then they eliminated water coverage or made it $10,000 cap. Now we're going to roofs. So we are slowly getting to it just organically becoming a catastrophic only policy, unfortunately. And it's because you have a few, that gets us to the, why are we here? You have a few bad actors out there who just take advantage of a loophole or take advantage of the system, and it ruins it for the rest of us. So some interesting facts. So Florida accounts for 8% of all property claims filed nationally, but we represent 76% of the lawsuits tied to claims. So Florida sues insurance companies a lot, way more than other states. Then we have, I don't know if you've noticed or not, I notice it all the time, but you'll see these out-of-town roofing companies will have trucks set up in these big neighborhoods that are reaching that 15 to 18-year-old window. and they go knocking on your door. Hey, you might have roof damage. Let me go look, and I'll file a claim for you, and you don't have to do anything. You get a free roof. I'll even reimburse you your deductible, which is very illegal, by the way. You cannot rebate a deductible.
That's very illegal.
Very illegal, yes. So sometimes they go and find damage. Sometimes they create it. I posted an article the other day about how they create this damage. And then, of course, once they get up there and create this damage, you have to get a new roof. It puts the homeowner in a terrible position. So they tell the insurance company, hey, it's going to be $22,000 to replace this roof on a 1,200 square foot house. The insurance company goes, oh, no, it really should be more like $12,000. And the roofer goes, well, we'll get an attorney. So the insurance company says, I'll just pay you the 22 grand. It's cheaper than having to pay your attorney, too. Usually when an insurance company goes to court, they always lose because the insurance company is the big bad guy with the billions of dollars. And if they lose, they have to pay the 22 for the roof plus all the attorney fees, which are usually 3 times the amount of the roof. So your $12,000 claim just turned into $70,000.
But you're not saying that, the attorney is. You're not saying that, the attorney
The
is.
homeowner's not seeing that, no. The percentage of the money that's been paid out, I don't remember what the exact number was, is tiny. I want to say it was close to the 8% as well. All of that money that's been won in court has gone to the attorneys, not to the homeowner.
And I've heard the attorneys are teaching the roofers how to go out and present this to these homeowners.
Yeah, they have a very good speech. If I weren't in the business, yeah, sounds great. As a regular homeowner, they knock on my door and my roof, I know I need to get a new roof soon anyway, and they're like, hey, we'll get it done for free. Sure, why not? That sounds great. But they do it so many times that the insurance companies are running out of money. We've had 6 or 7 go insolvent in the last 6 months. They're tightening underwriting. So if your roof is over 15 years old, they don't want it, or they're non-renewing you, and then forcing you to get a new roof anyway. Roofer's still winning. They're just making it hard. Getting a house insured with a roof over 15 years old is just incredibly difficult right now and very expensive. And then all of our renewals are going up. My house is 3 years old, and my renewal went up 30%. I have a 3-year-old roof. My own insurance has gone up 90% in the last 3 years. And I'm not part of the problem, but we're all having to pay that. We're all paying it back. So Noah said the other day that even though there hasn't been an increase in hailstorms, there's been a significant increase in hail claims. So we're seeing all of these hail claims, but there haven't been really any more hailstorms than normal. I thought that was interesting. And then Citizens said half of all of their claims that were filed by an attorney. So people are being represented by an attorney before they've even filed a claim and been told no. We get a lot of that, well, if the insurance company would just pay, then we wouldn't sue them. Well, no, 50% of the time you're helping them before we've had a chance to say yes or no. So that's about it.